Malkin's moments. I have a number of great Malkin's moments this week. So excited to share with them. First of all, to share with you these Malkin's moments. First, the Purdue quarterback Aiden O'Connell, the quarterback out of Purdue, threw for 536 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in the 40-29 upset win over number 3 Michigan State. They knocked off the Spartans, their second top 5 win of the year against the top 5 team. They beat Iowa, who was ranked number 2 earlier in the season, on the road in Iowa City. Again, 40-54 for 536 yards and 3 touchdowns. Big shout out to Aiden O'Connell. That is a huge, huge time performance for them and the Boilermakers. Another top 5 win on the year. You just can't keep counting them out. Can't keep counting them out. He's a big reason why. As I just talked about with Canelo Alvarez, he made history unifying 4 168-pound titles with the super middleweight knockout win over Caleb Plant. Again, becoming the undisputed champion. Big shout out to Canelo Alvarez. The Ohio State wide receiver, Jaxon Smith-Njigba, had 15 receptions, 240 yards, and a touchdown in the 26-17 win over Nebraska. It was the most receptions in a game in Ohio State school history. In fact, it was the second most receiving yards in school history. Terry Glenn recorded 253 receiving yards in a 54-14 win at Pittsburgh in 1995. And Smith-Njigba has just eclipsed that, not that mark, but basically just inserted himself into that echelon of Ohio State wide receiver glory. I mean, that was just a sensational individual performance. Ohio State didn't look great against Nebraska. Credit Nebraska for putting up a good fight, but his individual performance was tremendous. Speaking of individual performances, so the Jacksonville Jaguars, they beat the Buffalo Bills 9-6 yesterday. But, and mind you, it was one of the most bizarre wins of the weekend. One of the most bizarre upset wins. Shout out to Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence and that team. But the defense is the story. In particular, a guy by the name of Josh Allen. So Josh Allen, the linebacker for the Buffalo Bills, sacked the quarterback, Josh Allen. Now, mind you, this is the first time in NFL history that a player has sacked a quarterback with the same exact name. Yes, Josh Allen sacked Josh Allen. The first time it's ever happened in NFL history. It's just mind-boggling. And he led the team in tackles with 8, in total tackles with 2. He recorded an interception. He recorded a fumble recovery, the first time in his career that he's recorded one of those. And this was a guy who was the 7th overall pick in the 2019 draft class, selected by the Jaguars. He's just 24 years of age, and a stellar defensive performance individually. Obviously, the whole team did as well, but giving the shout out, just Josh Allen on Josh Allen crime. We've never seen it before in the NFL, and we may not ever see it in our lifetime. That's how much time has elapsed. So we'll see. Final 3. So Ty Chandler, the running back for North Carolina, had a sensational day. North Carolina upset number 9 Wake Forest, who was undefeated at the time, 58-54. And Ty Chandler rushed 22 times for 213 yards and 4 touchdowns. And we're starting to kind of see this pipeline of really talented North Carolina running backs, especially in recent history. We saw Michael Carter last year. He was just drafted by the Jets. Javonte Williams was drafted by the Denver Broncos. So we're starting to see some of these running backs out of Chapel Hill and Mac Brown start to really assert their dominance, and that was a big-time performance by Chandler. In baseball, there were 5 St. Louis Cardinals who received the Gold Glove Award. That was the first time ever in MLB history. Obviously, not just in the NL, in the National League was that the first time ever, but the first time ever in MLB history that 5 players from the same team, from the St. Louis Cardinals, won the award. We had Paul Goldschmidt, Tommy Edman, Nolan Arenado, Harrison Bader, and Tyler O'Neill. For Arenado, it was his 9th Gold Glove award and his first since he was traded from the Colorado Rockies last spring. Paul Goldschmidt, it was his 4th Gold Glove award since he was a member of the Arizona Cardinals in 2017. And for O'Neill, it was his 2nd Gold Glove award in a row for that guy. So major shout out to that team. What a defensive performance that those guys individually had. And then finally, in the MLS, Chris Wondolowski officially announced his retirement from the MLS, leaves the sport, leaves the MLS as the MLS all-time leading scorer. A tremendous, tremendous career, drafted by the San Jose Earthquakes in 2005. He's played in 417 matches, 171 goals scored, leaves as the MLS all-time leading scorer, a 17-year career. Fantastic, fantastic career. That's all the time that I got for you today. Thank you so much for joining me every single Monday and Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 to 11 Central, and 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube page, Morning Joe with Jonah Malkin. Follow me on Twitter at morning_Joe_ or at Jonah Malkin on Twitter, at JMalk97 on Instagram, and Jonah Malkin on Twitter. Thank you so much. And as always, have a lovely rest of your morning.